So it's almost like it's not like a prescriptive, protocolized, everybody do the same thing. It's going to be based on individual responses, maybe based on the history, how much antibiotic they have used, the GI map test result. Maybe all of that will give us a picture of whether a probiotic will be beneficial for them.
When you say postbiotic, you're talking about butyrate, correct? Like
I'm
short chain
specifically talking
fatty
about
acid,
short chain fatty
butyrate.
acid, the
Yes.
amplin tablets. Yeah.
Yes. So butyrate. So like we use a lot of butyrate builder. I agree with you. What I find is that, again, interestingly enough, the people who have the most stress, when you look at their secretory IgA levels, they're terrible, right? So that's the immune system of your gut. And I tell people like the good bacteria kind of live in like this mucus layer of your GI tract. It's kind of gross, but I tell people think about your stomach as like a big fat straw or your whole GI tract. And then think about that big fat straw all being covered in this nice mucus layer, like a big blanket. And that's where the good guys like to hang out and live, like in this blanket, right? Kind of like a hammock. And then when they're ready to eat, they kind of stick their head out into your GI tract as food comes along and they pick up the fiber and what they want to eat. And then they go back and lay in their hammock. When you don't have any of that hammock surrounding your GI tract, when your secretory IgA is low, it's hard for those good guys to live. They don't have any mucus to live in, right? And so you can hammer yourself with all the probiotics you want. You can take 20 million, 200 billion, 50 billion. It doesn't matter if you don't have the environment for those guys to grow. And so that's where, the environment is important. And that's why I think stress is so important too. Like I see some people, and I'm sure you've seen this, I see secretory IgAs of less than 210 on GI maps, which is like, you don't even know how low it is because that's just as low as they'll tell you. Right. And these are the people too that have the bloating and the gas and are stressed. And so I'm the same way you are. I have people who come in and they say, well, I've saw a functional medicine doctor and they said all I need is a bunch of, probiotics because all my good bacteria are low. And you look and they have no secretory IgA and they have no digestive enzymes and you can tell their stomach acid's a wreck. And I'm like, okay, well, have you been taking, these probiotics? Yes. Are you better? No. Well, it's because they don't have any. I mean, it's not helping, is my point. And so, to your point, like changing your diet, I think is so beneficial. And yes, I love butyrate. I think giving somebody some butyrate because it is hard to eat enough fiber. But if you're listening to this and you are having these symptoms, you have got to incorporate fiber back into your diet. Like, I don't care how you do it. I don't care if it's apples. I don't care if it's beans. I don't care if it's vegetables. Like, but you've got to shoot for trying to get 35 grams of fiber. And nobody does that. When you tell people that, they look at you like you're crazy, right?